Hello and welcome. Ahmedabad Pratap Singh. You're joining us on NewsX. Let's get started with the top stories. Full probe report on the Delhi High Court Judge Yashwant Verma accessed by NewsX. Committee indicts Justice Verma after questioning 55 witnesses and finding sufficient substance in the allegations. India conducts another complex rescue operation from a war-torn country. 110 students reach back from Tehran to Delhi. After Modi meets with Carney in Canada, CSIS admits Khalistani extremists on its soil for the first time. CSIS document says Canada is used as a base for promotion, fundraising and planning violence. US President Donald Trump hosts Pakistani Army Chief Field Marshal Asim Munir at the White House. The meeting comes after PM Narendra Modi held a 35-minute phone call with Trump, stating India would tolerate no third-party mediation on Pakistan. US President Donald Trump reiterates his role in the India-Pakistan mediation but claims it was Modi who coordinated the ceasefire from India's side with Pakistan. This comes after Pak Army claimed Trump-Munir meeting lasted 2 hours. Tensions in the Middle East continue to come to a boil with a fresh wave of cross-border strikes exchanged between the two countries. Israel says Iranian ballistic missile struck Soroka Hospital, calling it a war crime. Air India Chairman N. Chandrasekaran apologizes for the tragic Ahmedabad plane crash that resulted in 275 casualties. This comes after the airline decided to reduce its international services by 15% over the next few weeks. 233 of 275 victims of the tragic Air India crash have now been identified, out of which 214 were identified by DNA testing. Administration says all efforts to verify remaining samples at the earliest being made. After a successful visit to 3 countries including Cyprus, Canada and Croatia, Prime Minister Modi has returned to India. The PM, remember, had left for India in the early hours of today and has now landed in New Delhi. Sanjay Sharma is joining us for more on this story. Sanjay, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has returned back to India. All right, it seems we've lost that connection with Sanjay Sharma there, but these of course are the latest updates coming in. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has landed back in Delhi after concluding his foreign visit. The Prime Minister had first visited Cyprus in a historic visit. After that, the PM had attended the G7 summit in Canada and then had gone to Croatia, the first ever visit by an Indian Prime Minister. Sanjay Sharma, I believe, is back with us. Sanjay, if you're able to hear me, I'm trying to ask you about PM Modi, who's come back to India now.
बिल्कुल, प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी अपने 3 देशों की यात्रा के बाद में भारत लौट चुके हैं। क्रोएशिया के साथ साथ कनाडा गए थे, वो जिसे उनकी बैठक में शामिल हुए, साथ ही साथ साइप्रस। तो ये 3 देशों की विजिट करके प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी आज वापस दिल्ली पहुंच चुके हैं, भारत लौट चुके हैं। लेकिन काफी महत्वपूर्ण यात्रा मानी जाती है। इसी यात्रा के दौरान उन्होंने अमेरिकी राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप को साफ साफ संदेश दिया कि भारत किसी की भी मध्यस्थता स्वीकार नहीं करता है और साथ ही साथ सीज फायर भी भारत ने पाकिस्तान की रिक्वेस्ट पर किया था। ये साफ शब्दों में प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने कहा। वहीं पर कल क्रोएशिया में जाकर के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने फिर से एक बात दोहराई है कि ये समय युद्ध का समय नहीं है। इस समय पूरी दुनिया में शांति स्थापित होना चाहिए और युद्ध का समय अभी नहीं होना चाहिए। तो प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी की इस पूरी यात्रा को पूरी दुनिया देख रही थी और साफ साफ संदेश प्रधानमंत्री ने यह भी दिया कि हमने ऑपरेशन सिंदूर बंद नहीं किया, ऑपरेशन सिंदूर जारी है।
More breaking news now coming in this hour. Ahmedabad Police Commissioner G.S. Malik has made a statement following the Air India plane AI-171 crash. He said that the investigation is currently underway, adding that 222 people have been identified so far, out of which 214 based on DNA samples and 8 were identified without DNA. He further added that their bodies have been handed over to their families. Let's listen in.
इसकी जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन का पार्ट है, एक तो पुलिस भी करती है। पुलिस का जैसे जो वहाँ पे जो भी आइटम्स मिले हैं, चाहे वो उनके जैसे मोबाइल्स मिले हैं, कुछ पासपोर्ट्स मिले हैं, ऑर्नामेंट्स मिले हैं, एक तो वो पार्ट है, उसमें हमने उनको कब्जे किया है। लेकिन जो टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट है, जैसे उसकी ब्लैक बॉक्स एनालिसिस है, उसकी इंजन में कोई इशू है, तो ये सब काम एयरक्राफ्ट की जो AAIB है, एयरक्राफ्ट एक्सीडेंट इन्वेस्टिगेशन ब्यूरो, ये सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है। 222 जो लोगों की जो शिनाख्त है वो हो गई है। इसमें 214 DNA से मैच हुए हैं और 8 लोगों को पहले ही बगैर DNA के बॉडी दी जा चुकी है, और अभी तक 204 बॉडी फिजिकली भी हैंड ओवर कर दी गई है। लेकिन कितने लोग एग्जैक्टली कैजुअलिटी कितनी है, वो आंकड़ा आने में शायद थोड़ा दिन, 1-2 दिन शायद और लगे, 2-3 दिन और।
Jatin Rawal is joining us for more details on this story. Jatin, this is a big statement being made by the Ahmedabad Police Commissioner. Give us more details about what he said.
जी देखिए, बिल्कुल आज अहमदाबाद पुलिस कमिश्नर जो है वो GS मलिक, उन्होंने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस का आयोजन किया था। उन्होंने बताया कि पुलिस जो है वो अपने तरीके से जांच कर रही है, लेकिन उसके साथ अन्य एजेंसियां जो है वो और टेक्निकली जो एजेंसियां हैं वो भी इस जांच में जो है वो जुड़ी हुई है। ये जांच जो है अभी फिलहाल जो है वो जारी है। जैसे कि जो टेक्निकल टीमों की जो जांच चल रही है, वो जैसे ब्लैक बॉक्स का रिपोर्ट तैयार करना है, साथ ही साथ जो कॉकटेल, जो वॉइस रिकॉर्डर वगैरह जो मिला था, साथ ही साथ जो पार्ट जितने भी मिले उन सभी को रीअसेंबल करना है। वो पूरा जो है वो टेक्निकल जो जांच है वो कर रहे हैं। लेकिन पुलिस जो है वो पुलिस अपनी कामगिरी जो है वो कर रहे हैं। पुलिस ने बताया कि अभी तक जो है कुल 222 लोगों की पहचान जो है वो हो चुकी है, जिसमें से 214 लोग ऐसे थे कि जिन लोगों को DNA सैंपल के द्वारा जो है जिनकी जांच जो है वो हुई है, और बाकी 8 लोग ऐसे थे जिनकी जिनकी जो शिनाख्त है वो ऐसे ही पहले ही जो है वो हो चुकी थी बिना DNA के। और उनके सभी इन सभी परिवारों को जो है अभी तक कुल 204 परिवार ऐसे हैं जिनको अपने मृतक के जो मृतदेह है वो जो है उनको दे दिए गए। अभी भी जो DNA सैंपल, जैसे कि जो GS मलिक ने बताया पुलिस कमिश्नर ने, कि कुल 318 सैंपल जो है अभी तक जो है वो कलेक्ट किए गए, क्योंकि उन्होंने बताया कि जो कुछ बॉडी ऐसी भी थी कि जिनके 3 या 4 पार्ट में जो है वो सैंपल आए थे, और इसी वजह से 318 जितने सैंपल अभी तक जो है वो कलेक्ट किए गए। अभी भी 2 या 3 दिन और जो है वो लग सकते हैं, ऐसा GS मलिक पुलिस कमिश्नर ने बताया था। जी।
All right, more breaking news in fact coming in now. Mortal remains of Clive Kunder, co-pilot of the Air India plane that crashed in Ahmedabad, are being taken for last rites in Mumbai. Earlier, his mortal remains were brought to Mumbai following identification through DNA sampling in Gujarat. These are the latest updates we are tracking on the broadcast. Shahid Ansari is joining us for more on this story. Shahid, the last rites currently underway of the co-pilot of that ill-fated Air India 171 flight.
जी, क्लाइव कुंदर का जो शव है वो वाया फ्लाइट जो मुंबई लाया गया है। मुंबई में जो है गोरेगांव इलाके में रहते हैं। उनके माता पिता और उनकी छोटी बहन यहाँ रह रही है। दोपहर उनका शव लेके आया गया और उसके बाद उनका पार्थिव शरीर उनके गोरेगांव स्थित जो है राम मंदिर स्थित उनके घर के पास रखा गया, जहां अंतिम संस्कार से पहले श्रद्धांजलि देने के लिए कई लोग, उनके दोस्त, उनके जानने वाले लोग इकट्ठा हुए हैं। चूंकि पिछले सप्ताह अहमदाबाद में होने वाली इस दुर्घटना AI 171 में जो है को पायलट और प्रथम अधिकारी जो है क्लाइव कुंदर का पार्थिव शरीर जल्द ही जो है पास के ही जो है नजदीक के ही क्रिश्चियन कब्रिस्तान में जो है दफन किया जाएगा। उनका जो है पार्थिव शरीर जो है DNA मैच करने में थोड़ा सा समय लगा था, जिसके बाद जो है आज उनका पार्थिव शरीर वाया विमान जो है यहाँ मुंबई लाया गया और यहाँ पे जो है कुछ ही देर में जो है उनके परिवार वालों की मौजूदगी में उनके शव को जो है दफन किया जाएगा गोरेगांव इलाके में।
जी बिल्कुल शाहिद, शुक्रिया हमारे संग जुड़ने के लिए। More breaking news meanwhile coming in. The Jammu and Kashmir government has now provided other buses for students of the state who were rescued from Iran in Operation Sindhu. This comes after the students expressed their disappointment and complained against the buses which were provided by the administration earlier. Arzu is joining us for more on this story. Arzu, complaints by the students regarding the buses provided by the J&K administration?
Well, yes, the Indian government launched the Operation Sindhu to evacuate its citizens from the conflict-affected Iran. But after landing at the national capital, the students were unhappy with the initial buses provided to them, citing poor condition and safety concern. But yes, after the student raised the concern, and they also said that they have been waiting since 3 a.m. in the morning and have been not provided with the bus facilities, and also the bus provided are not good. Their concern reached to the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, and CM Omar Abdullah directed officials to arrange dual buses for the student after their complaints, and also, while being grateful for the evacuation effort, students expressed their disappointment with the delayed resolution, and some considered arranging their own flight from Delhi to Kashmir. So yes, but now the buses has been arranged for the students, and they are en route to Jammu and Kashmir. The problem has been solved, but yes, they have raised their concern about the bus facilities that are being given to the students from Delhi to Kashmir. Yes, Uday.
All right, more breaking news now coming in. BJP National General Secretary Tarun Chugh has spoken on the ongoing Operation Sindhu, which is helping students and Indian citizens escape from Iran amidst the ongoing clash with Israel. He has said India has always stood by its citizens and that he wants to thank Prime Minister Modi for evacuating Indian citizens from the midst of an ongoing war. Let's listen.
और ईरान के बीच में चल रहा संघर्ष हो, भारत ने अपने नागरिकों को कि जिन्होंने भारत का भारतीय जहां भी है, हमारा नागरिक जहां भी है, उसकी रक्षा की है। ये आज भी चलते युद्ध में से भारत के नागरिकों को निकाला गया है। ये बहुत गौरव का समय।
More breaking developments now coming in. Speaking about Indian universities' growth in the QS World Rankings, Union Minister for Education Dharmendra Pradhan has said the National Education Policy 2020 is fully in force in the country today. Its implementation has begun and it is yielding positive results. The results of the QS Ranking 2026, a new standard of global rankings, have been released, showing that 54 of Indian institutions have made it into the Global 500 category.
राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति 2020 आज देश में फुल फोर्स से इम्प्लीमेंट होना शुरू हुआ है और उसके अच्छे प्रतिफलन भी आने लगा है। अभी जो बीते काल ग्लोबल रैंकिंग की जो एक नई मानक आई है क्यूएस रैंकिंग की, इस बार 2026 की रैंकिंग की रिजल्ट आई है। उसमें भारत की 54 इंस्टीट्यूशंस 54 इंस्टीट्यूशन पहली बार 500 की कैटेगरी में आए, ग्लोबल 500 की कैटेगरी में आए हैं। 2014 में इसकी संख्या सिर्फ 11 था। पिछले 10 साल में एक लंबी छलांग 11 से 54 की एक लंबी छलांग हुई है। मैं भारत की एकेडमिया को बहुत बहुत आभार प्रकट करता हूं इस उपलब्धि के लिए, और हम सब मिलकर भारत की शिक्षा प्रणाली को भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा के आधार पर क्रियान्वयन करते हुए हम 21वीं सदी की मध्यावधि तक भारत को विकसित बना के ही।
Mehndi Garg is with us live on this story. Mehndi, Union Education Minister there speaking about these latest rankings and how well Indian universities have done in them.
Well, indeed, today India has hit a new high with 54 universities featuring in the coveted QS World Rankings. And we just heard Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan while lauding the performance of the country's universities. And Uday, he asserted that NEP 2020 is not just changing the country's educational landscape, it is revolutionizing it. And not only this, but taking to his X platform also, Uday, he mentioned that how with a record of 54 HEIs featuring among the global best, India hits a new high in the QS World University 2026, and from just 11 universities in 2014 to 54 in the latest ranking. So indeed, it is a major milestone that India has achieved as of now. And according to the rankings announced, also the IIT Delhi is the best ranked Indian institute in QS World University rankings for 2026 by also, climbing up to the 123rd spot with a record 54 universities and institutions from the country making it to the coveted list. So right now, the coveted QS World University rankings published annually by London-based global higher education analytics firm. So now India has achieved a major milestone, and Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has just said that how it is matter of immense pride that India is also the fastest growing education system among the G20 countries and the fourth most represented behind only the US, UK and China. And he also appreciated the NEP's 2020 change that is implying on the education system. Yes, Uday.
All right, more breaking news coming in. In the latest developments, India's new education policy has boosted university rankings at the QS World Ranking stage clearly, with a record 54 HEIS featuring amongst the global best. India has hit a new high in the QS World University 2026 rankings. On this accomplishment, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also now written and spoken. The QS World University 2026 rankings brings great news for our education sector. Our government is committed to furthering research and innovation ecosystems for the benefit of India's youth, quote unquote, is what PM Modi has said as well. Mehndi Garg is with us live. Mehndi, Prime Minister also reacting to this feat by educational institutions.
Well, indeed, today it is a major milestone, for India. And after Education Minister, now Prime Minister Modi has also taken to his X platform, has mentioned that how QS World University 2026 rankings have brought great news for the education sector in India. And also the Indian government is committed to furthering research and also innovation ecosystems for the benefit of India's youth. So indeed, the government is committed to, Education Minister also appreciated NEP 2020, and Prime Minister also highlighted that how India added 43 more universities in the list since 2014. So reposting the post by Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, Prime Minister Modi also hailed the improvement in India's ranking from having only 11 universities in the QS World University rankings in 2014 to 54 higher educational institutes being included this year. So indeed, today India has achieved its strongest ever performance in the QS World University rankings 2026, with 54 institutions making it to the global list, and 390% increase over the past decade, and the highest growth among G20 countries. So indeed, we can call it the increase in the institutions being included in the list as per Union Minister Pradhan, as he highlighted it as a testament to the transformative educational reforms ushered by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Yes, Uday.
All right, more breaking news now coming in. Amidst the ongoing conflict between Israel and Iran, the Israeli Defense Forces have released a video showcasing damage to the Soroka Hospital in Beersheba district of Israel. Ajay Jandial is with us live on this story. Ajay, visuals also now being put out by Israel of the damage that this hospital has sustained. They've, of course, leveled these allegations earlier, but now they're backing it up with visual evidence as well, Ajay.
Yes, it was a major hit by the Iran on the Soroka hospital, and we have seen that in the visual that how people were running to save their life, because it was a hospital, and definitely the patients and attendant and the medical staff was there inside the hospital at that time when ballistic missiles that started hitting the Soroka hospital. And according to information, number of people were injured in this major attack. Even we have seen that one of a person who was there, the health worker, he was explaining that what exactly has happened. They say that when they started hearing the siren, they started shifting the people to the safer location in the bunker. But unfortunately, when missiles landed, several people were not able to move to the underground bunkers, and that's why they basically got injured. So visual clearly shows that Israel wanted to give a message to the world community that how Iran is violating, the norm of war rules and targeting the the hospitals and the medical facilities in Israel. And after that, what we have heard that Israel have threatened in Iran that they are also going to react accordingly in Iran in the next few hours.
All right, more breaking news meanwhile coming in. The United States has started evacuating some diplomats from the embassy in Israel. The State Department has begun evacuating non-essential diplomats and their families from the U.S. embassy in Israel as hostilities between Israel and Iran intensify, and President Donald Trump warns of the possibility of getting directly involved in the conflict. Ajay Jandial is joining us for more on this story. Ajay, evacuation of diplomats has begun. This, of course, tells us about the situation on ground?
Yes, you rightly said, because the ongoing situation is very tough, and when Iran and Israel, both the countries are not agreeing on the ceasefire, are going to sit on the table to discuss about the ceasefire, it means that it is going to worsen in the next few hours, few days as well. So that's why Iran has started shifting the diplomats from the Israel has started shifting the diplomats, US diplomats from Israel, and from both the sides, what we have seen that targets are being made, especially the civilians were targeted, the health facilities were targeted. It means that it's a full-fledged war, and it is not going to stop because Iran don't want to compromise, Israel both don't want to stop, and both the countries are hitting out at each other very effectively, and they have started using the deadly weapons like the ballistic missiles, and even they have threatened for the hypersonic missile as well. So in the next few days, it is expected that this is going to be worsened, and if America makes entry in this war, then it means that it is going to be, spread in other countries as well, and definitely, but people and people all over the world and the countries all over the world, they are having fear of, turning it to the world war. So that is a major concern for the, major countries of the world.
All right, more breaking news, in fact, coming in this hour. According to our sources, Iran foreign minister is to attend the OIC meeting in Turkey. Reports suggest this. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi is expected to attend a meeting of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation in Istanbul. The report has quoted a Turkish Foreign Ministry source. Ajay Jandial is joining us for more on this story. Ajay, will the Iranian Foreign Minister be attending this meeting in Turkey?
Yes, yes. This is the fresh update which says that Iran's foreign ministry is going to Istanbul to attend this IOC meeting, and definitely it is going. He's going to be discussed about the current situation because Iran and the other Islamic countries, they want they want to be on the one platform so that they can react to Israel as well as the US, and that is what going to happen in next few days. Because if Iran will move to the Iran's foreign minister moves to Istanbul to attend the meeting, it means that he is also going to convince these countries to support Iran in this tough time. What we have seen that today there was a proceeding, National Assembly proceeding in Pakistan, and in that proceeding, one of our member parliament was seen saying that we should be united to save the Islam, because Iran is not stopping here, and Iran is reacting to Israel to have this Zarudi's act of war. And that indicates that in the IOC meeting, that definitely it is going to be discussed that how to unite the Islamic countries, and it is expected that they Iran will try to convince, and Iran's foreign minister Abbas is going there to convince the Islamic countries to come on the same platform so that they can retaliate, and they can retaliate Israel as well as the US if they will join this war.
All right, more breaking developments, in fact, coming in now. The Baluch Liberation Army has shared that they have targeted the occupying Pakistan army in Hoshab and Kolva with IEDs and armed attacks, inflicting heavy losses, while a Pakistani intelligence agent was arrested by the BLA. After confessing, the Pakistani agent was sentenced to death by the Baluch National Court, which was immediately implemented by freedom fighters. Ajay Jandial is with us live on this story. Ajay, what is the BLA claiming?
Yes, this is the first claim by the Balochistan Liberation Army. They claim that they have carried out, multiple attacks in Balochistan's different areas, and it is to target the Pakistani Defense Forces, because what we have seen that for last several months, they are continuously hitting out at the Pakistani Army, Pakistani police there in the Balochistan, and they clearly say that they don't want any interference of the Pakistan, China and other countries. They want this Balochistan to be free country. That for that purpose they are continually fighting, and in today's fresh attacks they say that several people have died and several others they have injured. But we have seen that Pakistan Army and the Pakistani government is continuously trying to nab the people, those who are associated with the Balochistan. We have seen that how those who are raising their voice in Balochistan, they have been nabbed and put into the jail, and several of them they are disappeared, are killed by the Pakistani forces. So this is the reason that BLA is continuously targeting the Pakistani forces to give a message to the world community that we will not stop here, and we will continuously attack the Pakistani army to ensure that they will not enter their territory.
Ajay, thank you for joining us with those updates. Let's slip into a short break.